What's up, Fire Nation? If you're here, it's because you don't play small. Fire Nation is for the ones fueled by passion, driven by growth, and hungry to build real wealth. Not just for yourself, but for your family and future generations. This isn't just a channel. This is a movement. And if you're watching, you are already part of it. I'm Miss Blue Fire, always taking you higher. Let's light it up.
Boom, DJ Dreadbeard. You have tuned in to the intellectual side of YouTube with Miss Julia, A.K.A. Miss Blue Fire, always taking you higher. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to support the channel, Super Chat is appreciated. Fire Nation, march out.
What's up, Fire Nation? If you don't play small and you're here to build, you're in the right place. I'm Miss Blue Fire, always taking you higher. Let's light it up.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear now? Can you hear me now? Yes? Okay, good. Good. All right. So let me start over again. And let me start bigging up everybody. Big up Mr. Marshall. Thank you so much for your patience, sir. Really appreciate it. Big up TG Media, my big brother in the streets and in life. Big up yourself. Much respect to you. Desmatic, very happy to see you join me all the way from UK. He's one of our Fire Nation brothers from the UK. Big up Desmatic all the time, and thank you for your efforts. DL Toucher tried to obey us today, Fire Nation, but his Guzu did not work, right? His Guzu strong. It delayed us by about 5 minutes, but him Guzu falls short. So him bad mind can only go so far today. Big up Scara, my Fire brother, as well as my Gaza Nation brother. Who else is here? Who else is here? What I was telling. Yes. Time come, please. Time come, please. No trouble tonight. Please don't get no trouble tonight. Time come. Okay? No trouble tonight. All right, I'll get your daughter for hungry you. Right? Like she promised. Big up Kamal Johnson. Big up Kamal Johnson. Thank you for telling me the no sound. Big up everybody who is here. We have a great show for you tonight. Hi, Clip Cartel. Blessings, bro. Blessings, blessings. You see, I play your mermaid video just now. So tonight we have a very interesting show that I'm going to hold on. Let me share the screen first to make sure that all is well and the sound does not go again. Let me know that you can still hear me. Can you guys still hear me? Tell me yes, tell me no. Big up Mr. Marshall, anticipated business seminar entertainment. Let's go. That's right. You guys can still hear me, right? Because I'm sharing the screen now, so that's why. Tell me yes so I can continue. Yes? Great. Thanks, Des. Thank you, Des. All right. So, Fire Nation. Listen. Let's start here. Because you see, too many people, I've been seeing so much things on the platforms. And what I'm realizing is a lot of you are confusing noise with greatness. A song being hot, Fire Nation, does not automatically mean it is a hit. Let that sink in. A song being hot does not automatically mean it is a hit. Bless up, Mr. Gaza. Bless up, Mr. Gaza. Mr. Gaza, you can call in anytime, right? We can talk during the lesson, whenever you're ready. No problem, right? Doesn't mean it is a hit. And also, it definitely does not automatically mean that it is an impact song. There are three different things. Okay? Hot means attention right now. Heat. Think of it. Hot means attention right now. Heat. It means buzz, conversation. That's hot. Everybody talking about it. Everybody reposting it. Everybody arguing about it. But attention, if you know attention, you know that attention is temporary by nature. It's facts. Attention is temporary by nature. That's why you see these people every time, especially on TikTok, they escalate. They do something outlandish. They're talk of the town, and then they have to up that, right? Right? To the point where you saw people doing some really crazy things, like eating out of a toilet bowl. Nasty stuff. Nasty work. Right? So, that is hot. You understand? Right? Everybody arguing over it. But attention is temporary by nature. Right? You see, a hot song is kind of like a wildfire. When you see a wildfire, it can spread fast, you know. A wildfire can spread fast. But fast fires, they burn out fast too. Take it from the fire queen. I know fire. Right? Now, some songs, yes, they are going to be hot because of controversy, right? Now, some songs are hot because of beef. And some songs are going to be hot because social media keeps forcing it into your face. These are facts. right? Right? But ask yourself this: are people actually replaying the song, or are they just talking about the song? Because there's a difference in a Fire Nation. There's a difference between the song is everywhere online and this song is everywhere in real life. Real, Ninja Man, real life, right? You have to ask those questions. A hot song, yes, it will dominate timelines. A hit song, though, it will dominate the speakers. And social media, right, has confused an entire generation of people into believing that visibility equals greatness. Visibility does not equal greatness. You know why? Fire Nation, and you guys know this because we have thinkers over here. Like Fire Nation people are the people who are actually interested in thinking about music for themselves and thinking about business and entrepreneurship for themselves, right? You guys are the guys that step back, think about it, and see if what that person, whoever it is, don't care if it's Jesus Christ, mama, if it makes sense. That's why I appreciate you guys. Okay? Now, social media, again, as I said, it has confused an entire generation into believing that visibility equals greatness. No, you know why? Because visibility can be manufactured. You hear me? Listen to me carefully, especially with music. Visibility can be manufactured. Buzz can be manipulated. Algorithms can force exposure. Take it from me. Take it from somebody who does Google ads and all the other ads. But let me tell you what you can't fake, because you know I always love to tell you what you can't fake, right? What you cannot fake is what people genuinely return to, especially emotionally. People return to songs emotionally, and we're going to go deep into it. That's why you guys can have some songs, it explode for 2 weeks, and then they vanish like they never existed. I know some of you can think about certain artists, certain hot artists that had some hot songs, and it's like, what happened to that song? They gone? You know why? Because they had heat, but they didn't have any staying power, baby. You gotta have the staying power. And Fire Nation, another thing we're going to talk about is temperature, because temperature is not legacy. Big up Imatep. The blessings, Imatep. Thank you. He says, at Mrs. Bluefire, enough respect, Imatep. Good to see you, my love. Right? It's temperature is not legacy. All right, good. So now let's get into the lesson, because we have a lot to cover and it's going to be good. It's going to be interesting. Ready? Let's go. Tonight we're going deep, because one of the most misunderstood conversations in music culture is this: what actually makes a song a hot song? What makes it a hit? Or what makes it culturally impactful? Because TG, because those are not the same thing. They're not. And social media and super haters like DL from My Dream Podcast have completely blurred the lines. So I'm glad he's here today in class. We always have to help our own Jamaicans out. It's okay. People now confuse visibility with greatness, virality with impact, and charts with influence, and attention with emotional connection. They're not the same thing. So tonight we are breaking this entire psychology down. We're talking about fake viral momentum, replay value. That's another thing I hear going around on the streets that people are confusing bitterly. We're going to talk about environment testing, so you guys can test these songs for yourself. I want you guys to not take my word for it, but test out these songs for yourself. Any song, any artist, anytime. We're going to talk about impact versus reach, which we have spoken about before on other lives. But you know what? I'm going to beat that horse because still talking foolishness. We're going to go into why some songs dominate timelines, but they die in real life. That happens. Why some artists have bigger charts, but less cultural influence. And why certain songs survive generations, while others disappear in months. Let's get into it. And Fire Nation, listen, again, it's not just a music conversation. We're talking about influence and human behavior, algorithms, culture, emotion, identity, and psychology. So pull up, because tonight we're separating noise from legacy. Now, what is a hit song? A hit. The song is winning in measurable ways. Remember, my key word there is measurable. I probably should have highlighted that word alone. A hit song has proof that people are consuming it at scale. That's important. Again, remember I told you to pick up your pens because these things are important. A hit song has proof that people are consuming it at scale. It may show up through, look at the proxies for a hit. This is the thing. The proxies for a hit, I want you guys, Fire Nation, especially Gaza Nation, to remember these. So that when anybody tries to fool you, you can think of the proxies for a hit. And this is for a hit with music. Okay? Charting, that's one proxy. Streaming numbers, that's another proxy. Radio play, that's a proxy. Sales downloads, that's a proxy. DJ rotation is a proxy. Club pull-ups, that's a proxy. YouTube views is also a proxy. Shazam searches is a proxy. Crowd singing it word for word, that's a proxy. Being played outside the artist's fan base, outside of the camp, that is a major proxy. A hit answers, are people actually playing this song? Don't forget this. Take a picture. Mr. Gaza, Miss Julia, I don't see the link. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me add it. Hold on. It's fine. Sipping some juice. Really curious of music entities, composition, publishing, promotion. Pour me mug. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we're gonna have actually gonna have an opera. Well, she was my past voice coach a long time ago, and she's actually an opera singer. And she knows a lot. Oh God, she knows so much about music. So I'm gonna have her on to actually talk about some of those things, Mr. Marshall. So you'll actually enjoy her. All right. So are people actually playing this song? This is a hit. Hot. What's hot? The song is getting attention right now. Okay? See the link there, Mr. Gaza. I'm gonna start it. It's star. There it is. Right? The song is getting attention right now because it's hot. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna fix this. Make sure you can still hear me, right? Make sure you can see me. Proxy means Miss Julia. No, you know what, Mr. Marshall, what I do over here, I encourage Fire Nation people to look up things, especially after I do the label. If you're curious enough, you can look it up, Mr. Marshall. Thank you very much, Mr. Marshall. Yeah, that's what I do, Mr. Marshall. And I don't mean no disrespect. I don't mean any rudeness at all, right? But that is what I do. Like I encourage people when they have questions, just look it up, right? So no disrespect, but we have to lead by example. All right, hot. The song is getting attention right now. A song being hot means it has heat, buzz, discussion, and momentum in the present moment. But hot does not always mean hit. What's the proxies for hot? Everyone is talking about it this week. All right, Miss Julia. Yes, Mr. Marshall. Big up yourself. No problem. But you see, because I do it for other people, I can't really show favoritism like that too, right? But I think you can guess what it means. But look it up anyway. Anyway, proxies for hot. Everyone is talking about it this week. TikTok Reels using it heavily. Blog pages posting it. Fans arguing about it. Reaction videos popping up everywhere, right? DJs testing it early, right? Because it's a hot song. There's high comment activity. Dance challenges starting, right? Right? Controversy around the song. The artist's name is now trending because of it. What does hot answers? Hot answers is this song creating noise, conversation, and movement right now. That's what hot answers. Okay. King Millicent says, Miss Julia, does someone has, I don't know what has what? I can't hear what you're saying there. Write it up properly, because have to say Gaza to be a part of the fire. Hold on. Miss Julia, does someone have to say Gaza to no. You don't have to be. You don't have to say Gaza to be Fire Nation. I just say Gaza because Kartel is my artist and I believe in him. You see what I'm saying? And Gaza people have been nice to me, right? So I welcome them. But I welcome all of you, all the Jamaican people who want to learn, because you see, this is a business matters channel. You understand? That's why I started it, right? I am partial to my artists, right? But I'm impartial to all of us, the Jamaicans, right? So you can stay as long. You can stay. You can be educated. No problem. You're more than welcome here. And nobody not going to diss you or treat you bad because you're a Fire Nation. No worries, right? Now, this is an important thing. Sometimes a hot song proves itself to be a hit song. Don't forget I said that. And then sometimes a hit song can actually turn into an impact song, but they're not necessarily the same thing. Okay, good. Hot answers, is this song creating noise right now? Example, a new song can be hot immediately because the fan base rushes to discuss it, them rush to quote it, they rush to defend it, rush to react to it before the chart data appears. But heat, ladies and gentlemen, it can fade fast. You see it happen all the time, right? You see it happen all the time. Heat can fade fast. Some songs are hot for 2 weeks and then poof, like they never existed. Where are they? Oh my gosh, don't know. That is why hot is about temperature. It's not legacy. I remember temperature can always cool down. Impact. Let's talk about the impact songs, because sometimes I'm hearing some people talk on the panels and they're confusing impact songs with hit songs. Some hit songs become impact songs, but not every hit song is an impact song. And we're going to go deep into it. Okay, so I want you guys to know the difference. All right. Impact is deeper than popularity. Impact is the song changes something. Do you remember that lesson that I gave you on impact and influence? Remember I told you the influence was the fire on my skin. The fire influenced my skin. How much it influenced my skin left that impact, which was the mark, the change on my skin. Okay? How much it influenced my skin left how much of an impact, how long that mark stayed, how much I can see that mark, how much my hand has been changed by that fire flame. Okay, so sometimes influence can lead to impact. Most times, okay? If it's lasting influence, if it's good. Okay, so the fire burn that was left on my skin, that's the impact of the influence, which was impact of the fire flame influencing my arm with heat. I know you guys can follow what I'm saying, right? A song has impact when it affects culture, behavior, language, fashion, sound, identity, or the direction of a genre. What's the proxies for impact? People copy the flow. New slang enters the culture. Other artists imitate the sound. Producers change their style. The song creates a movement. It shifts public conversation more than just the noise. Or it can define an era. It changes how fans dress, speak, dance, or think. Think Thriller too. It becomes a reference point for years later. And it influences younger artists. What does impact answer? Impact answers what changed because this song existed. We are the world. Remember that? We are the future. That's right. Right? That's one of those impact songs. See what I'm saying? Good. And there are many more. Now, example, Vybz Kartel's Clocks. That was not just a hit. It had impact. Why? Because it affected fashion, street language, brand culture. The brand culture, that's a big thing here for business owners. Hey, think about it. And dancehall identity. People were not just playing the song, they actually lived inside the song. Okay? Right. That is impact. Here is the deep difference. A song can be hot, but not a hit. This means it has attention, but not enough sustained consumption. Remember these two words, sustained consumption. I want you to remember sustained consumption. Okay? Example. At this song, it might trend for a week. Everybody talk about it because at this song, the bloggers cover it. The fans argue about it. But after the controversy dies, nobody plays that again. Right? That song was hot, but it was not necessarily a hit. Hot, attention again. Hit, consumption. And consumption is what? What do we teach all these other weeks? Consumption is measurable. Invest, big up invest. Invest says Sim Sima was a hit. It was. And it was hot and it transcends into it was hot and then it transcends into a hit. And then from a hit, it transcends into impact. Invest. That's the chain of command. That's the chain of command. Hot is at the bottom of the pyramid, right? And then it transfer into a hit, okay? And then after that, it goes up the pyramid to impact, right? Dan talking. Oh, sorry. No, yeah. Invest. We're not dissing. We're definitely not dissing Cartel over here. We're not dissing any artist over here. You know better than that. We don't diss nobody. We don't diss Alkaline. We don't diss nobody. Sometimes we troll, right? Especially like we troll DL because DL is one of him bloggers, right? And we troll a little bit. We can call him blinds, but we never use some certain bad words. And definitely not Cartel. No. So you get one strike, but it's okay. You're a moderator, but it's all right. I know you get trouble, but stop. All right, good. And big one. A song can be. Oh, sorry, Mr. Gaza. You want to say something before I continue?
No, my comment is gonna it's gonna apply more when you finish explaining the difference.
Okay. All right, great. No worries. Blessings, Kenny Marshall. Blessings, bro. Good to see you, Kenny. So, hot, attention, hit, consumption, and big one. A song can be a hit but have low impact. Okay? This means the song performed well, but it didn't really change much. It's still a hit. It moved from hot to hit, but it didn't really change much. So, okay? Example, a catchy summer song can chart. It can get millions of streams and it can dominate the parties for a whole season. But years later, it did not really influence sound. It didn't really influence society, language, fashion, or any artist's direction. That is a hit with limited impact. Okay? Those exist as well. A hit means that, yeah, it is a success. Remember, it's measurable, right? And we gave you the proxies and that you can use to measure, right? Success. Hit is measurable. Success is measurable. Impact, though, is consequences. Just like that fire flame, that scar that is on my arm, my forearm, that is the consequences of me playing with matches again when my mother tell me not to, right? And I nearly light myself on fire because I was very flammable. Okay, and I was so young, didn't understand how flammable I was with what I was wearing. These are facts. You know what someone like Mr. Gaza, I swear, like sometimes my sister even said to me, Julia, I think you're Wolverine because I don't know why your heels are fat. Like I'm supposed to have marks. I don't have marks at all. Right? I only have one mark left on my left forearm. Right? Since I was a little girl. And it lightened up a little bit more and more. Right? No, seriously.
No, but I try my best not to laugh, you know.
Seriously. It's just something about the fire. You just have to watch it, man, right? And light it. And listen, the more you take things away from a child without explaining properly, you know, just because I said so, especially if they're rebellious like me, they're going to go more to it. So, you know, anyhow, that's what the belt was for. Every beating I got, I deserved, let me tell you. So, anyhow, a song can have impact without being a huge charge hit. It's very important in dancehall. I want you to know this, okay? Some songs, yes, they do not dominate Billboard or global charts, but they change the streets. They change the slang, they change the dances, they change the confidence of the youth in the direction of the genre. Okay? There again, I'm going to say it again. A song can have impact without being a huge chart hit because a different type of hit impact. That kind of song may not be globally measured, but it is culturally powerful. Good night, Gaza Ricardo. Good night, my dear. Good to see you. Good to see you. Right? We're just going to the differences between hit, hot, and impact and helping people to recognize when they see what. Okay? But it's culturally powerful. Good. Impact is not always captured by charts. We talked about this. Here's a simple formula again. Hot, people are talking about it now. Hit, people are playing it. Impact, people are changing because of it. A hot song controls the conversation. A hit song controls the speakers. An impactful song controls the culture. That is the difference. Now, not because something is impactful means it's positive. That's another fallacy. And I've been hearing it online. Sometimes something can be impactful and it's negatively impactful to the culture. For instance, I love my car, I love my bike, I love my money, but most of all, I love my brownie. That song started people bleaching even more and having more of that. And even though we have it built into the culture, the colorism, that song highlighted it even more. Right? Right? See what I'm saying? So it was impactful. It helped change behavior, but in a negative way towards our society. Okay, that's the difference. So impactful don't only have to be good. So don't limit it to that. Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
So, does having a negative impact take away from the level of impact?
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
Because impact is force.
Right.
Right. So there's no judgment in impact. Impact is just a matter of how much it changed.
Exactly.
Whether it changed negative or positive doesn't matter. It's a matter of the scale, right? It could be going towards the left or towards the right. Just think of a scale visually in your mind, like a timeline, like a horizontal line from left to right. 0 is in the middle. The negative numbers are on the left. The positive numbers are on the right. It can be impact either direction, but it's still impact. See what I'm saying?
Right. Of course. No, I agree. So for this guy to say Cartel don't have any impactful song, and like, bro, it's time for you guys to stop hating now, bro. Just give it up.
Yeah.
Just give it up. But anyways, I don't want to.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah. No worries. We can custom because remember that DL or Major Ops is here. So he's taking in the lesson. I'm glad, we have to help our brothers out, our Jamaican brothers out. He's just a little misguided, but that is okay. Now, right? Let's start here because too many people like DL Torture confuse noise with greatness. A song being hot, again, does not mean it's a hit. I said this all up before. I said that before. Right. I said this too. Right. Are people actually replaying the song or are they just talking about the song? Why did I repeat that? Some serious fire truth. Visibility can be manufactured, people. Buzz can be manipulative. And algorithms can force exposure. Again, you cannot fake what people genuinely return to emotionally. Right? You cannot fake that. Now, there's something I want to go into, which is the illusion of heat. This is a big one. And dancehall people, we need to know this because dancehall moves fast. When visibility pretends to be demand, sometimes that happens. And marketers know this. Marketers worth their salt knows this. We are living in the most manipulated music era in history. Okay? These are facts. And because of that, people now confuse exposure with impact. Just because you see a song everywhere, that does not automatically mean people love the song. That's deep, but it's true. Because modern music culture can manufacture the illusion of heat. Playlisting manufactures visibility. Algorithms can manufacture repetition. Labels can manufacture conversation. You see them do it all the time. Marketing budgets can manufacture momentum. These are facts. But none of that guarantees emotional connection. This is important here, the emotional connection. And this is why some songs look massive online, but they feel empty in real life. Let's talk about playlist inflation. Blessings, Mr. Williams. Blessings, blessings, blessings. Good to see you. Good to see you. Let's talk about playlist inflation, because that is something that I find that people are missing on the platforms. And at Gaza Nation, I want you to pay attention, right? I will, always pay attention anyway, right? Let's start with playlist, because playlists change the psychology of music consumption. Years ago, people had to intentionally search for songs, but now songs can be inserted directly into your ears before you even choose them. That matters, because some songs gain millions of streams simply because they were placed higher on major playlists, autoplay pushed them, and algorithms kept feeding them to the listeners. These are facts. We need Gaza Nation, Fire Nation, all the other nations that are here, my Fire Nation, which includes all camps. We need to start to study music for the times. We need to get up to the times. Okay? A lot of people know music and they know about music, but they still know about music that they remember in the time that they were at. Right now, with technology, we need to keep up with technology if we're going to teach the youth. These are facts. Okay? Playlist inflation. Now, understand me carefully, Fire Nation. That does not automatically mean the song is bad, Sometimes the song is good. But it does mean that we must separate forced exposure from voluntary demand. Because there's a difference between people search for this song, and the platform kept serving this song to people. The distinction is major, and we cannot go around it. Dean Marshall says some artists have been impactful on fashion behavior. Pack of suits, click suits, leggings, dyeing of hair, tattoos. That's right. It's still influential, right? Nudge the tunes on the playlist. That's right, Mr. Marshall. Exactly right. Right? Now, paid promo and industry push. Let's go even deeper. Mermaid style. The industry can artificially increase heat through money. Paid promo, influencer campaigns, reaction channels, sponsored reposts, heavy PR, manufactured controversy. Yeah. Sometimes an artist is not exploding organically, They are being pushed strategically. Sometimes that happens. You have to know the difference. Again, that does not mean the music is weak. Sometimes the music is good and it deserves a push, but you will find out soon. But it does mean we cannot automatically assume that visibility equals love. Okay? Because the industry understands psychology. Listen to me. Every lasting industry understands psychology. You just don't know that they understand it. The more people see a product, Julia, why would you write the more people see a product? That's not grammatically correct. More people see a product. Jeez. The more people see a product, the more important it feels. That's why repeated exposure can trick audiences into thinking, wow, this must be a big song because I keep seeing it. No. Use your ears. No. Sometimes you keep seeing it because somebody paid to make sure that you keep seeing it. Believe me, I was one of those people. Then there's the artificial TikTok heat. Okay? Every story different that me know. I know where me hear. That's true. Every story is different, Kenzie. Every story is different. But again, we need to have a shared reality. We talk about that all the time over here. Shared reality where certain things are truth and certain things are facts. Just like the sky is blue, we live in the world together. We all have to agree on that. Gravity pulls you down. We have to agree on that. The sun rises and sets. That's a shared reality. If we're going to occupy the same space, certain things have to be, not everything is opinion, right? That's why when everybody says, oh, it's just my opinion, Yeah, well, your opinion is great, but there's actually fact. Good. But you're right. Every story is different. Now, Fire Nation, TikTok changed everything. Because TikTok can turn 15 seconds into a worldwide conversation. But here's the problem. Some songs are not actually blowing up. Only a section of the song is blowing up. You guys know what I'm talking about. That's deep. You'll hear a certain part of the song, right? A dance challenge goes viral. The funny line become a meme, and the trend attaches itself to the audio. So it's only one section of the song you hear, and nobody remembers the second line. Nobody even remembers the first line, right? But once the trend dies, the song also dies too. That happens. Why? Because people were attached to the content, not to the music. That's why some TikTok songs, they sound huge online, but they never survive outside the app. These are facts. And this is why I always ask, would people still play this song if social media stopped telling them to? That's what I always ask. That's why I love to listen to when the DJs and the producers talk, to know what's actually been playing. And I can't wait to be down in Jamaica to go to the dance them and hear, do my own little research at the dance them while having fun. Big up yourself, Chinchilla. Hey, Miss Big for everyone be able to type. Big up yourself. That's all right, Chinchilla. I'm glad you're here. Always glad to see you. Right? Then there are the social media echo chambers. Another thing modern audiences do not understand. Listen, it's just natural. That's why I don't demonize people for it. The internet creates echo chambers. It's fine. It's a part of it. Meaning, your algorithm starts feeding you more of what you already interact with. It's fact. You know that. So if you follow dancehall blogs, fan pages, music commentary pages, reaction channels, your timeline may feel like a song is bigger than it actually is, especially globally. That's dangerous. You need to be able to step back and live outside of the internet and judge for yourself. Because online environments, people, my Fire Nation, I want you to always be aware of this. Online environments, it distorts scale. Inside one fan base bubble, a song can feel unstoppable. But outside that bubble, people barely know it exists, or they're like, okay. That is why internet noise alone is not enough evidence. I'm going to say that again. That is why internet noise alone is not enough evidence. Then there is the blog overexposure. Bless up TSC exclusive. Bless up, bless up, bless up. Good to see you. Then there is the blog overexposure. Blog culture, it also creates an illusion. That's why sometimes I really love to sit back and watch. You see what I'm saying? And observe. It's really good. Because blog culture can create illusions. Right? And they all live in Twitter and participate in it. And it's fun. If every dancehall page reposts a song 10 times a day with dramatic captions, fan wars, controversy clips, reaction bait, eventually the song starts feeling huge. But again, attention is not always attachment. These are facts. And that's, if you think about it, even in relationships, somebody can be giving you attention. That doesn't mean that they're attached to you. Okay? There's a difference between attention and love. Big difference. You have to know the difference. Some people mistake it because they think that, oh, I'm getting attention, I'm validated, they must love me. No. Some of them are watching you just to watch you fall. Right? It's facts. So, people may discuss the song without actually replaying the song. They might talk about it till them face turn blue online, and them don't replay the song. And Fire Nation, let me tell you something. Conversation alone, that does not make a hit. It makes it hot, maybe, but it does not make a hit. Some songs will dominate the comments and not the speakers. Don't forget that. Okay? Now, again, there is fake engagement. Let's get uncomfortable. Because we're going to get uncomfortable. If we're going to learn, we're going to get uncomfortable. It's okay. You'll survive. You'll make it. Not all engagement is real. Bots exist. Fake comments exist. Bot views exist. Artificial streaming exists. Again, this is not unique to dancehall. It happens across the entire industry. And because audiences are obsessed with numbers, artists and labels, they sometimes chase the appearance of heat instead of caring about genuine connection. Think about it. But here's the good news. Fake engagement, it has a weakness and it tells over time. That's why I always love to wait, Fire Nation. That's why I tell you, one of my best virtues is patience. Fake engagement, it has a weakness. You know why? It struggles to create replay value. We're going to go into that because that's something that I find people are messing up too. It struggles to create emotional attachment. You need that. It struggles to create real life reaction and cultural memory. Because you can buy visibility. Sure, anybody can buy. You have the marketing dollars, you can buy, you can pay for reach. But you cannot buy authentic emotional resonance at scale. Can't buy that. That's why I tell you, certain things you cannot fake. Now, here's the big question. And this is the most important question in the entire this section here. Think, if the algorithm disappeared tomorrow, would people still search for that song? That question, you see, that exposes everything. I want you guys to start asking the right questions. That's the problem that I'm seeing. People talking about so much foolishness and asking the wrong questions. Ask the right questions. You get the right answers, or you get them to think and stop trying to torment you. Okay? That question exposes everything because real heat survives without assistance. Right? If the internet stopped posting the song, would people still request it? Will people still replay it? Will people still search for it? Will people still sing it? Would people still quote it? Or would it vanish? Okay? The fake viral momentum. Now let's dissect when attention is manufactured faster than connection. Fire Nation. One of the biggest illusions in modern music culture is fake viral momentum. Because in today's era, a song can actually look massive before it actually is massive. That's dangerous. Why? You know why? Research how algorithms work. Algorithms reward speed, they reward repetition, they reward controversy, emotional reactions, and short attention spans. That's what algorithms reward. And because of that, visibility can now be manufactured faster than genuine connection. Viral also, I want you guys to know this. Viral does not automatically mean impactful. Okay? Think with me here. Think with me here. A viral song is simply a song spreading quickly. But spreading quickly does not automatically mean people deeply love it. Okay? Unless it's organic. You see, when it's organic and people love it and share it and it's organic, them doing it on their own, that's different. Okay? But a song simply spreading quickly with all of these things that can be pushing it behind it with the modern technology, it does not automatically mean, no, hear what I said, keyword automatically. It can mean it, but it does not automatically mean people deeply love it, or people will replay it long term, or people will remember it years later. It doesn't. Don't forget, virality means velocity. Impact measures depth. I'm going to say that again. Look it up for yourself. Virality means velocity. Impact measures depth. Those are two very different things. And then there is the meme trap. Some songs go viral because they become memes. A funny line spreads, dance challenge spreads, a controversial lyric spreads. But people are interacting with the moment, not necessarily the music. That's deep. That's why some of the songs dominate TikTok, they dominate the reels, they dominate the shorts, but they completely disappear once the trends die. Okay? Not because you see something on song everywhere online, that means that you're going to hear the DJ play it. Because sometimes a song might dominate the timelines and you see it everywhere online. But when the DJ play it outside, nothing happened. There's no reaction. There is no pull-up. There is no crowd eruption. There is no emotional shift. Big up yourself, Garnet Reed. Good to see you. Good to see you, bro. Right? Why? Because online engagement and physical energy are not always connected. Please stop mixing this up. Online engagement and physical energy are not always connected. I'm going to explain how. Some songs are optimized for clips, captions, trends, and reactions. But real world environment requires movement, emotional resonance, atmosphere, and communal energy. And we're going to go into it. That is a different type of power. I want you to hear what I'm saying. Real world environments, think of clubs, think of the dance. All right. Think of when you're driving in your car. Okay. Think of when you're working out at the gym. Those are real world environments that requires movement, emotional resonance, atmosphere, communal energy. That is a different type of power. Okay. Fire Nation. What you can tell the timeline music? Well, usually they have one catchy line, there's one viral dance, one controversial lyric, at least one memeable moment. But the full song may not actually hold attention. Nobody listens to the full song, right? People know the hook, people know the challenge, people know the clip. That's why sometimes millions might know the trend, but nobody even remember the second verse. Happens all the time. I know you guys know. Mr. Gaza, you have anything that you want to say about this?
So the comment I wanted to make was where would you put classics in this whole equation?
If it's a classic, right? And it's very, think about it, impact. It lasts generations. If it's a classic, that means that it lasts the generation after it. That's why it's a classic hit, right? That's what we call classic hits. So that means that it's an impact song because it has lasted. Just like my fire mark that lasted since when did I get this one? I don't remember, but I know I get it. Right? Probably 8 or 9. Yeah. Right? So the fact that it lasts means that impact. Trendy don't mean hit. That's right, Garnet. That's right, brother. That's what I was teaching before you even come. That's right, Garnet. Yes. Go ahead, love.
So watch this now.
Yeah.
Can a song become a classic without being impactful?
Can a song be, well, the fact that it is a classic, right? I mean, it depends on how you use it. Like some people can say, oh, that's a very, very old song. But the fact that it lasts that long, that people can say, oh my God, that's a classic. It was definitely impactful even in their time. You see what I'm saying? Like, for instance, right now, let's think of a classic together. Let's do it. Let's do it together. Let's do an experiment. Think of a classic. Tell me a classic.
In dancer?
No, any genre, doesn't matter. That's what we're gonna do. Any genre, so we can see that it holds true right across. Right?
I would say Vybz Kartel Brooklyn Anthem is a classic. The song there is what, over 20 years now. It dropped at any party, the party lift up.
That's definitely a cultural classic and it's old. Right? All right. Let me do another one. Another classic would be any song from Dream Lover like Mariah Carey, right? That was a classic. Last, very impactful in that time. I believe The Children Are Our Future, that same one with Whitney Houston. A lot of things. Purple Rain, that's a classic hit, classic impactful, right? Okay. Purple Rain, that's from Prince, right? When Doves Cry, that's impactful and that's a classic. You see what I'm saying? So the fact that it lasts in our memory for us to even say, yes, that was a classic. But then again, a song could have been very impactful in that time, right? And so many generations passed that we still love it today. Like, for instance, anything from the Stylistics or anything like, when you see me walking down the street and I start to cry each time we meet, right? That was a classic. That was very impactful in that time. Now, when we hear it, right, we say, that was a classic. We still feel the impact of it. See what I'm saying? But would you find generations playing it that often? Not really. But that doesn't mean that it was not impactful. See what I'm saying?
Right. So right. Are you saying that basically classics and impact song go hand in hand?
Not all the time, but generally so.
Okay.
If you think about it.
That's the point I was trying to get to.
Yes.
Because I believe there's a difference. It's a thin line.
Yes.
There's a difference.
It is a thin line, Mr. Gaza. You're 100% right. And that is what I was saying. Like,
Yeah.
just like how and this is the thing, we need to get clear on what leads to what and what there's a sliver of a thin line between. So, hot can lead to hit, which can lead to impact. Okay. But you are right. Something can be a classic, right? And it is not as because impact varies too, you know. Think about it. Impact varies, right? Think about it. All the other scars that I had healed probably into 1 year or 1 year, 2 year. It still had an impact on my skin, right? But sometimes impact can fade over time. But that doesn't mean that it was any less impactful for its day or for the time. You see what I'm saying? That's why time matters in this discussion. You see what I'm saying? And that also separates something from being from being hit to a hot, the time also. Because if it lasts, just like influence and impact, if it lasts, the influence becomes impactful. You see what I'm saying? If the right, if it was hot enough to create that lasting change. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, all right, because what him name? Omi cheerleader.
Yeah.
I think that's a well, how long that song they come out now? More than 10 years, yeah.
Is
Right?
it? Is it more than 10 years?
I think so.
Well, maybe the next generation, the younger people, would probably consider that a classic. I don't know.
Right. I
Have to
would I
ask
would
them.
I would I would believe it's a classic, but I wouldn't think it's an impactful song.
Hmm.
Because I can't identify the impact it had. It was just a big song that just blew up. But what impact did it have on the culture or people or you see what I'm saying?
Mm.
I
I
don't know if
think
I
I think maybe it had a little bit of impact because remember that impact is also a scale, right?
okay.
Impact is also a scale, so it's also a gradient, right? Not everything is at the same level of impact.
Okay.
So I think it may have impacted some people. Like some people were there, huh? Some
Yeah,
people,
definitely some people, but to me it has to impact enough people. Because I feel like every single song
Mhm.
impacts someone out there. It could be even a family member,
It
in
could
my opinion. Almost
influence them or impact.
right, or a
It's
friend
have
or
the
something.
potential. It's have the potential to. But I see what you're saying. I definitely see what you're saying. Let's see.
Yeah. So for it to be an impactful song, it has to do damage on a wider scale and not just a
Yeah.
small sample size.
Right.
You see what
When
I'm
did
saying?
that song come out? 10 years ago?
Yeah, let
So
me
it
check
didn't
right
have
now.
any. You don't think that? And I don't know. I'm asking you because I didn't really pay attention that much to that song as much. I liked it. I listened to it a couple times in my car. But do you think it's do you think that it didn't have a great impact on the younger generation? I don't know. I never asked them. I should. What do you
Mm,
think? Were they playing it a lot? Were they dressing like the music video? Did they have a style?
mm, no.
No? Okay.
Was it
But then yeah.
playing a lot? Was it playing a lot?
No, paying a lot is not impact. Paying a lot is not impact. Paying a lot
Right,
would be it is a hit. See what I'm
right.
saying?
That
Right.
is why I'm saying that. Yeah, I believe it's a. Okay, so it came out 2015,
Right.
according to YouTube. So that's more than 10 years now. 11 years to be exact. Right.
Mhm.
So, and to me, a classic is more like a song becomes a classic like if it can stand the time like at least 10 years.
Yeah, I agree. A hundred
You know what I'm
percent.
saying? A whole decade. If it
Yeah.
can stand the time for a decade, that to me becomes a hit a song.
Yeah.
So I would say and it's streaming very well right now today as well. So that song then now stop playing.
Right.
You
Because
see what I'm
to me,
saying? So
yeah, go
to
ahead.
me it's a classic,
Hmm.
but I wouldn't necessarily say it was an impactful song. It played a lot, but I can't pinpoint any shift in the culture or the generation at that time or I can't pinpoint it. Maybe
That's
I'm wrong, but
yeah.
I personally can't pinpoint it.
But that's why I think that one was a hit though. Because there's a difference between a hit and a classic. And to me, people think that a classic is just an old hit. I don't think it's just an old hit. Right?
Okay,
Because
so yes, it was a hit, but
right,
because it stand the time beyond 10 years,
exactly.
Now it's into the classic category.
Exactly. So let me explain let me see if I can explain clear what I'm thinking. So a classic song to me is something. A classic song is what I gather is a song that survived. It survived time, as you said. It survived trends. It survived generations, like those songs that we were talking about. It survived technology. I believe the children of the future. We are the world, and it survived changing audiences. And guess what? When it survived it, that means that it still maintain emotional power, right? It still maintain replay value. You got certain dances, them still play some of them songs there. It still have the cultural recognition, right? And it's still relevant in some way. So I don't think a classic is just an old hit, because every classic was probably a hit at some point, but not every hit. But not every hit became a classic. You understand?
True. Exactly.
Exactly. And if you think about it, a hit, it dominates a period, right? But a classic itself, it transcends periods. You see what I'm saying? So good. So like a hit would say, yeah, man, that song was huge back then. I remember that. Yeah. A classic will say that song was huge back then. Yeah, and it still matters now. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, and that is much harder. So this is a good conversation. That's why I like when you're calling. This is a good conversation. Thank you very much.
And here, yeah, you're welcome. And here's the flip side now.
Yeah.
Can an impactful song not become a classic? So it was impactful in the current moment, but it didn't stand the test of time.
Yeah, of course. Remember, I told you there are different levels of impact.
Okay.
It's a gradient, right? It's a gradient. It's a scale. Not all impact is the same, right?
Right. Okay.
Right. But we're gonna go. I'm gonna go into that soon. Okay.
All right. Good.
So here is my 48-hour test. Does the song survive without forced visibility? And this may be one of the strongest ways to separate a manufactured hit than a genuine demand. Ask yourself, if social media stopped posting these songs for 48 hours, would people still actively looking for it? That's a dangerous fire question, because some songs survive entirely on momentum being fed to audiences. But genuine demand creates seeking behavior. Don't forget these two words: seeking behavior. That's important. Seeking behavior, especially when you're talking about music. Fire Nation, listen to this. Seeking behavior, right? So what is seeking behavior? Do people voluntarily type the song name? Do they replay it? Do they send it to their friends? Do they search for the lyrics? Do they quote the captions? And do they request it from the DJs? That means the audience has become emotionally invested, and emotional investment is stronger than algorithmic exposure. And I put that as my quote, because when I was sometimes, Mr. Gaza, when I'm typing and I'm writing out these sentences, I'm like, oh, that's a nice quote, and put my name there. So that means that it's emotional investment, and that is stronger than algorithmic exposure. Facts. What does forced availability say? We're going to do forced availability versus genuine demand. Big difference. Forced availability says the platform keeps showing me this. Genuine demand says I keep going back to this myself. I need to find this song. That distinction matters because one is external pressure, the other is internal desire. Big difference. And internal desire creates longevity. Okay, because people naturally go back and look. They don't have to. Nobody have to tell them. No camp have to tell them. No algorithm keep pushing it inside their face. No playlist when they go shopping they keep hearing it. Internal desire. They want to go and look for it. The strongest songs eventually stop needing promotion. That's why people give it a push, to give it a chance. The strongest songs eventually stop needing that push, because guess why? They're so strong that even though, so the media behind it, push it. People like it. So guess what? People start pushing it themselves. People start promoting it themselves. People start sharing it with people. People start playing it and looking it up for themselves. People start adding it to their own gym workout list. The strongest songs eventually stop needing promotion because people just take it and run with it. It's a fact. The people become the promotion. Okay? Real life tests expose the truth. Fire Nation, don't let them fool you. This is why real spaces matters so much. Because the internet can exaggerate perception, as we were saying before. But the club, these are the real places. This is the environment test places I want you guys to learn. Look, this is with all genres, even especially with dancehall. This is the environmental test spaces. The club, the car, the party, the live show, the street, and for me, I put the gym. That will expose whether the song has genuine energy. It's facts. Some songs dominate the timelines, then completely die when the DJ plays them outside. These are facts. Others barely trend online, but them absolutely detonate Uptown Mondays or Ready. And that tells you something. The internet is not always measuring emotional power correctly. Okay? It's not. In your mind, Fire Nation, I want you to think a song that felt huge online. Then it disappeared within 3 months. Now, name a song that people are still replaying years later. Summertime is one of them. Now that we understand the illusion of heat, think with me here. What separates temporary attention from a real hit? Because being seen everywhere is one thing, but getting people to return repeatedly across environments without being forced or without being told what to do, that is a completely different level. Big up Traverse Campbell. There, big up yourself. Big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Right? This is where the conversation changes. A hit song is about behavior. I don't want you to ever miss the psychology behind these things. You need to know that these people know you, so you can not be manipulated by them. Oh, Trooper, Trevor. Big up yourself, Trooper. Yeah, I was wondering who you were, but I didn't want to be rude. Big up yourself, Trooper. Right? Thanks for being here, Trooper. I appreciate it. Trooper is from TikTok, you know. But he came over. Thank you, Trooper. I appreciate you. Now, a hit song is no longer just about conversation. A hit song is about behavior. People are playing the song. People are requesting the song. People are rewinding the song. People are singing the song. People like me, we're driving to the song. We're partying to the song. A hit song means the public has accepted the record into their actual lives. It's not just online hype. And let me explain something important. A hit, Fire Nation, is measurable. As we said before, a hit is measurable because it is, what did I say it was? Consumption. Consumption is always measurable. Well, not always, because sometimes you can think and yeah. So, but in this way, marketing, consumption is measurable, and a hit is measurable. Why? You measure it by the streams, the charts, the radio, the clubs, the crowd reaction, the DJ pull-ups, the replay value. We're gonna get into the replay value briefly because even though it deserves its own life, right? The replay value we're gonna get into because people keep messing it up online. Rick says, Miss Blue, you're cooking. Thank you, Rick. Always, the fire always cooking, you know. Fire can't help but be fire. I know. People try to out it, but it doesn't work. A hit leaves evidence, right? Because people don't repeatedly consume music that they don't connect with. It's facts. And this is why some artists can go viral, but they still struggle to produce real hits. Because a hit requires repeat emotional connection. Not just, oh, yeah, I hear it. Nice. I heard it once. No. A hit creates return behavior. You go back to it again and again and again. And Fire Nation, the greatest hits usually connect to human emotion. That's why we go back to it. The greatest hits, they connect to our confidence, our pain, celebration, lust, survival, identity, or freedom. That is why certain songs survive generation. My boy lollipop, right? But even then, being a hit does not automatically mean impact. This impact, like we were talking about, Mr. Gaza, because some hits entertain the culture. Yeah, some hits are just entertainment, they entertain the culture, while other hits change the culture. The ones that change the culture, those are the ones that are impactful. Okay.
Hold on, Miss Julia. So that
Yeah.
same song, that same song they just sing a while ago. I know that song me from me a little kid.
Yeah.
But now that you just said it, my mind just kind of went somewhere. So I just want to know if that's what that song was all about this whole time.
Oh my God. You know, the beauty about songs, you can make them to mean whatever you want them to. I'll just leave it right there. Big up DJ Dreadbeard, my brother, my Gaza brother, and my fire brother. Big up DJ. Everybody check out DJ Dreadbeard. He is very creative and hilarious. The boy
Judge,
don't miss. Right?
I'll
All
tell
right.
you about song, you know. When you get older, you really start understand certain things.
Right? So some hits entertain the culture while others hits the culture.
I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
No, you sound low, like you chip out.
Hold on. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me
Yeah,
now?
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay. Some hits is DL Obia the mic. DL been Obia me all night, but him Obia can't work because it's God we say. That's why.
You're a fool, man.
No, don't call him a fool, please. Remember, we're not gonna call him a fool. But
Uh,
he, but him been Obia me all night. DL is still there because I soon get to you now because I have something for you, right? I want to explain what's going on with DL. Big up yourself, G Sean. Big up yourself, G. DL gone. I'm gonna call him back because DL, I understand, and I'm going to let the people understand what's going on. Right? So stay tuned. A hit song is a track that achieves significant commercial success and public recognition, and sometimes cultural impact, as we said, within a specific time period. But let's break it down with fire properly. Again, a hit song is a track that achieves a significant commercial success and public recognition, sometimes cultural impact, within a specific time period. Commercial success. A hit typically charts high on platforms like Billboard Hot 100, accumulates strong streaming numbers on platforms like Spotify or Apple Music. They get heavy radio rotations. It's a hit, right? It drives strong sales, downloads, the physical copies. In the marketplace, it validates it financially. That is the first sign. If the marketplace validates it financially, that's the first sign it's a hit. Cultural penetration, why for that? But cultural penetration is another proxy, right? Numbers alone don't always equal a hit. Don't think it's numbers alone. Remember, I said it look at all of these things. A true hit becomes recognizable even by casual listeners. Is quoted, is memed, remixed, or referenced. It get played in clubs or weddings or sporting events. Influences other artists' sounds. A hit lives outside of the chart. The chart is not everything. Remember, I told you, especially in this day and age where things are manipulated, the chart, you have to look at the other things. Okay? Now there's timing and dominance. A hit often defines a moment or a season. It dominates a particular lane, dancehall, pop, hip hop, etc. It outshines the competitions during its run, right? Sometimes a hit is a summer anthem. Sometimes a hit is a street anthem. And sometimes a hit is global. Different times. Then there's the perception factor. Guess what? A song, it can have massive reach, which is global exposure, and they have deep impact, which is the change the culture, the slang, or the behavior, or both. Right? Now, some songs chart high, but they disappear. Some never chart at all, but they become legendary in our culture. It's facts. Think about it and think about those type of songs. Think of examples that you can think of right now. Both can be considered hits, depending on your perspective. There are different types of hits, people. And this is where I'm seeing people are muddling everything up together and not separating and dealing with the things properly. Different types of hits. There's chart hits, which validated by rankings. There's club hits that dominates the dance floors. There's street hits that's powerful in a specific community. There are viral hits that explodes on platforms like TikTok. And there are crossover hits that break into another genre or market. Now, sometimes a song can be a combination of different types of hits. Okay? Sometimes a song actually dominate different types of hits. Boom, bye, bye, Bush. That's right. Real talk says Rita. Demar said clarity and prowess to interact with the audience. That's right. That's right, Mr. Marshall. I do my best. I'm getting better every week. Right? A hit song is a song that captures attention at scale, commercially, culturally, or emotionally, and leaves a measurable mark. It's measurable. Remember, we said finances, right? Since we analyze dancehall deeply, Fire Nation, here is the real nuance. A hit in Jamaica does not automatically equal a hit in the US. A Billboard hit does not automatically equal a cultural hit. These are facts. These are facts. Sometimes a song will be a Billboard hit and it's not one of our cultural hits. A viral hit may not have long-term legacy. That distinction matters in king debates. Okay? We should be teaching our children, our people, the right thing. The kings and the thing. Right? Replay value. But you know what? Before we get into replay value, right? The last section, what we just did, it licked DL Tasha head for 6 and made it chip. Okay? He couldn't stand it, people. You see him run gone? Him gone and run away. Right? He could not stand the fact that he secretly loves Vybz Kartel songs. And you know that he secretly pre-purchased the album? DL Tasha, he did it. Yeah. So guess where him run gone now? Him run gone to the rum bar to drown his troubles. Look at DL. DL was so frustrated. He went to the rum bar to drown his troubles. Look, see, rum bar. Rum fixes everything. DL thinks rum fixes everything. It doesn't, DL. But DL loved his drink so much. He said to the waitress, what kind of drink this you make? It's sweet, sweet, sweet. Look there, look at him, them. Look at him happy. Watch DL, watch it. The rum queen. Him say, it's sweet, sweet, sweet. What kind of drink this? She said, yes, sir. I did not have the rum you asked for, so I mixed your drink with Street Vybz rum, sir. I am glad you are enjoying it. Look, I'm surprised. Street Vybz rum having in hand. My gosh. Oh God, poor DL. With that, DL held his head bawling. Jesus Christ! I can't escape this man's success. I know I should have vlogged for Gaza. Shame, I kill me. Lord, shame. Look at his phone. Look. Vlog for Gaza, no longer option. DL, we don't want you. But poor DL, he could not put the Street Vybz rum down. So being his bad-minded self, he told the waitress, give me all of the Street Vybz rum you're having at the bar. Nobody else I can get none. Mega buy the whole of them. All because he did not want the rest of the bar to enjoy it. Later that night, onlookers saw DL stumbling out the bar, mumbling to himself, Tasha, God is the greatest, God is the greatest, God is the greatest, me say, Tasha, look, see, everybody's looking at him. Oh my God, where is DL? Nobody could find him. We couldn't find him, you know. But I'm glad to say the YouTube streets, we pulled together and we found him, people. We found our poor, misguided brother, DL. Oh God, guys, I think I find DL. DL, DL. Get up, DL. Get up. We found him, people. We found him. So let's allow him to sober up, and then we can do a wellness check on him after. So let's get into replay value. Mr. Gaza, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm there, man. I did with laugh. You're far the well prepared for him.
Him never write a musical a song for him. I get paid to do that shit. Excuse my language. Why people keep returning to certain songs? Fire Nation, let's talk about one of the most misunderstood powers in music. Replay value. We need to talk about this, people. Because replay value is not just, oh, I like the song. No. Replay value means the songs keep pulling you back. That is psychological. A replayable song creates return behavior. Think the potato chips marketing. Remember the potato chips marketing when I say, you can eat only one. Damn right. You couldn't just eat one. You have to eat another chip and another chip. And guess what? That leads to another bag. Return behavior. Okay, that's why in marketing now, even in the foods, they put so much sugar inside of it because they want to hit your dopamine so that you can come back and buy it and you crave it more and more and you don't get full. Because that's what sugar does, give you insulin spike. Okay, it's facts. It's psychological. Marketers know that. They will chemically do it and they will do it. And writers need to know that so that when they're trying to write certain things, they need to generate return behavior. So you have to be authentic. You have to write from your soul, right? Meaning people voluntarily go back to the record repeatedly, not because the algorithm forced them, not because the artist told them to, not because social media kept showing it to them. No. Something inside that song emotionally, mentally, physically, or spiritually keeps calling them back. And that is where a song becomes dangerous. Okay? Replay value, really and truly, is emotional addiction, as I said to you, right? But not addiction in a bad way. Replay value is a form of emotional addiction, but not addiction in a negative sense. DJ said, me glad nothing not do him because them would have blame Kartel. That's right, DJ. That's right, DJ. No, man, we're finding him, man. Everybody was looking for him and stuff. That's why I tell you, Jamaican people, we band together. You know, we co-worker. It misguided, but it's all right. It's all right, you know. Ex-paragons, I love the vibe. Big up yourself, right? So emotional addiction is important, right? In that sense that the brain keeps craving the feeling that song creates. There are certain songs, let me tell you, certain songs I want to listen to when I'm on the treadmill. It's facts. Certain songs I want to listen to because it just makes me want to run fast or run through, push through, right? That's deep. Because people don't replay songs randomly. They replay emotions. They replay moods. They replay energy states. They replay identity feelings and memories. Let me give you an example. One time, right? One of my workplace, right? Can I say this? Yeah, all right. One time, me and a couple of my co-workers, a lifetime ago, was having, issues with management, right? So we organize and we say, okay, we're going to organize because they pick us off one by one. So we need to organize and document our facts and, get things together and have a meeting. So we call a meeting, right? Tell them that we need to talk to them because this is, we have non-negotiables, etc. Anyway, we're young and we 25, right? So we're getting ready for it. So one of my buddy them, right? Having him headphones, and he was there, like listening to him songs, and getting pumped up. So somebody was like, what are you listening to? And he's like, yeah, man, have a listen. And he's like, all right, so I'm there rocking. So I said, what am I listening to? So I listened to it. You know what the people listening to? We're not gonna take it. No, we ain't gonna take it. You can guess the culture that they're from. The point is, he went to look for that song to get him into the mood, to give him the confidence, and to give him the oomph to actually go in that meeting and demand what it is that he wants. That was his workup song. we're not gonna take it anymore. Right? Now, some places, like some sporting active, some sporting places, they will play we will rock you, right? And then start the chant, right? And you guys know that. Like if you watch baseball and I think they do it at basketball game sometimes up here, right? So some songs, they have that replay value, right? Because it brings you back that mood, that energy. We are the champions, my friends. Stuff like that, right? Energy states, right? Memories. A replayable song creates a feeling that people want to revisit. Okay? But that doesn't, listen, no, it depends on the person too sometimes. Okay? Like me, there are certain hit, impactful songs that I refuse to revisit because of the emotion that it creates inside of me. Right? Like Boys to Men. I love Boys to Men. Love them. When I hear It's So Hard to Say Goodbye to Yesterday, bawling. I can't, I even speaking the words, I feel like something just move in my chest. You understand what I'm saying? That song. I can't. No, I do not have the bandwidth to break down and start bawling today. Thank you very much. Turn it off. That's how impactful it was. And that's what me and Mr. Gaza was saying, right? Impact is objective. It doesn't say good or bad. It's up to it's just the direction of the scale, right? But it changed something. That's the impact, right? Impact can be good, impact can be bad, depending on who, depending on society, depending on what it does to society and what it does to the person. I know you guys get what I'm saying, but it's still impact. Okay? So that song there, right? And other songs for them. Okay? So a replayable song that might be, that might be replayable for other people. You see what I'm saying? People might want to revisit those emotions. I am not, right? Because it emotes either confidence, heartbreak, desire, rebellion, nostalgia, motivation, sadness, or freedom. There are certain songs I have to run on the treadmill. There are certain songs I have when I'm stretching. Because there are certain feelings that you want to go with it. You understand? Just like that guy, when we were going into that meeting, right? He needed to be motivated and he wanted to feel rebellion. So he started to play, we're not gonna take it. Right? Right? But it's people, right? People are people. Good. And when a song consistently recreates that feeling, people return to it. Lisa Jones, big up Lisa Jones. Thanks for being here. Good night, Miss Julia. Bless up, Lisa Jones. You're welcome here anytime, sister. That's Gaza's sister. Right? Now, let's talk about the science of replayability. I want you guys to get this. Right? Replayable songs, what do they usually contain? They have certain signs. They have signs. I want you to look for them. Okay? Look for them. There are memorable hooks. There's emotional rhythm. There's satisfying repetition. There's predictable payoff because the brain, this is psychology, the brain likes predictability in a lot of ways and payoffs. And there's this thing called musical tension and release. The brain, it loves familiarity mixed with stimulation. That's why certain bad habits like watching out the TV, right? Or certain other bad habits, it's so hard to get rid of because the brain loves it. That's why things get addictive, like drugs. Right? The brain loves familiarity mixed with stimulation. Look it up, it's actually science. So this is why, for my fellow writers, strong choruses matter. If you are trying to create a hit song, right? If you are trying to, the way you structure your song matters. Your strong choruses matter. Repeated phrases matter. Melodic loops, that matter. Why? Because the brain starts anticipating moments in the song. Okay? It's facts. Right? Anticipation creates dopamine. It's facts. That's why Miss Bluefire and others love music, especially when driving and exercising. Why? Because that music helps to put you in the mood to get the shit done. Excuse my language. To get it done. Right? That's why people replay certain parts, like the beat drops or the hooks, right? And or the ad libs or the emotional lines. See what I'm saying? They replay it. See what I'm saying? Sometimes it's just the beat drop, too. When you hear the beat drop, you're like, yeah, right? The brain begins to crave the payoff. Okay, the brain crave it. That's why sometimes too we like when the selector pull up, right? Right. So this my past voice coach here, Cindy. She's an opera singer. She's gonna be here one day. She's gonna come on, right? So this is what I learned from her too. There are 5 replay value tests. 5 replay value tests, and I actually looked it up. It's true. You can look it up for yourself. The hook test. Ask, can people remember the chorus after hearing it once or twice? This is important. This is what makes a song catchy. Can people remember the chorus after hearing it once or twice? We get a hit and run. Yeah, hit and run. Right? A strong hook makes a song easier to carry in public memory. It's facts. Well, today is a new day. Give thanks for life. People may not remember every verse, but if they remember the hook, the song has a better chance of spreading. It's facts. So people, writers, you need to remember this. You need to remember this, please. In dancehall, this is major because a phrase, a chant, or a repeated line can become bigger than the song itself. Umbrella, Ella, Ella, A, even that. That's a chant. What do you think that is? What do you think that is? Think about it. Umbrella. Think of umbrella. And you say, umbrella, Ella, Ella, A. Under my umbrella, Ella, Ella, A. What do you think that is? Under my umbrella, Ella, Ella, A. That's a chant. It became memorable. The brain is psychology. So writers, I want you to think about this when you're writing your music. Yes, you have to write organically. That's true. You must also write with purpose if you're writing with a purpose. If that's, you understand what I'm saying? Know what, in other words, let me say it this way. Know what works. You have to know what works. If you're going to play the game, know what works. Okay, good. The mood test. Here's another big one. Ask, does the song create a feeling people want to return to? Some songs are replayed because they make people feel powerful. Okay? Some songs make people feel sexy. Like, I just want to feel good for you. Look good for you, that one. Make people feel sexy. Some makes people feel rebellious. The rebel in me, just like the rebel in you. You remember that song, Jimmy Cliff? Some make people feel emotional, right? Some make people feel rich, right? Some make people feel bad. Some make people feel free. Some make people feel confident. And some just make people feel seen, like, wow, this artist really get me. Replay is emotional. That's why God is the greatest. It's such a great song. Okay? Because it hits so many different things. It makes people feel emotional, rebellious, free, confident, and seen. Okay? Replay is emotional. People do not only replay sound, they replay a feeling. That's what we want. Everything that we do is to get a feeling. Too. Not everything. I should rephrase that. Most things that we do, right? But you know what? Even if you say you're doing it to get knowledge, you're still doing it to, a part of that, getting that knowledge is still the dopamine of having the pleasure of feeling that you got that knowledge. The pleasure of it. Right? So pleasure is in things all the time. Sailway Rhythm, Richie Stevens, that's right. That's right, Mr. Marshall. Right? Good. The boredom test. Ask, does this song get annoying after 5 plays? Some songs do. This is a serious test. Some songs are catchy, yeah, but they're irritating. They grab attention quick, but they also burn out quick too. Like the I Don't Care song, right? I love it, that song. But you know what? That song plays so much in movies. That means the song may be hot, but it may not have strong hit durability. But then again, let me think about, no, I shouldn't put I Don't Care in that song. No, I'm not going to put I don't care that, because you know what? That is actually culturally impactful for a different culture. A real hit can survive repeated exposure without making people feel tired too fast. Some songs make you feel tired too fast, like Lord, it cried in. Stop play it. And that's because they're pushing it for you to hear it. The voluntary replay test. Are people choosing it to play it, or is the algorithm forcing it? This is important in today's music climate. Very important. A song can appear everywhere online, people, but because the platform keeps pushing it, right? But the question is, when nobody forces it in front of you, do you want to hear it? Do you search for it? Be honest. That is demand. Forced exposure is not the same as voluntary replay. Not at all. Okay? Now, here's the memory test. Ask. After the song stops, does part of it still play in my head? You think you're gonna get in our feelings? Maybe I hit and run. Yeah. Right? A real hit. Victory. And all my dogs are with me. A real hit usually leaves residue. Okay? A line stays. A melody stays. A rhythm stays. An ad lib stays. A phrase stays. Right? That is how a song begins entering the culture, through the memory. Mr. Gaza, anything you want to say, my dear?
No, I agree with you. As you said, it leaves residue.
Yeah.
So there's a trail.
That's right. Just like there's a trail, just like a snail. Fire Nation, some songs are built for the first listen only. These are facts. Sorry to tell you, but it's true. Think with me. Some songs are engineered for shock, not for replay. Tell the truth. I want to know it. Right? They rely on controversy, gimmicks, surprise, memes, novelty. But once the surprise wear off, there's no emotional reason to return to hear that song. I'm sure you guys have a song floating in your head right now. And that's why some songs they explode fast, but they collapse fast as well. Because first listen excitement and replay value, they're not the same thing. Some songs are exciting once, other songs become part of your routine. Replay creates value. Sorry, replay value creates memory. I know I read that wrong because I was so like, what? No, replay value creates memory. The more people replay a song, the more opportunities that song has to attach itself to a memory. You guys think about it. Okay? The song was playing during your breakup, during a road trip, during the party, during the gym session, during the late night drive, during the victory moment. Now the song is no longer just music to you. It becomes tied to a life experience. And once music attaches itself to memory, it becomes harder to replace. It's facts. Can people listen repeatedly without getting tired? Right? A hit is not just a song people hear once. A hit is a song people come back to again and again and again. That is the difference between curiosity and connection. A hot song makes people click. A hit song makes people return over time. And that matters because the first listen can be hype. Okay? The first listen can be fan loyalty. And there's a lot of that online. The first listen can also just be controversy. Or it can just be, you know what, I'm curious what the artist come out with now. But the second, third, fourth, and 10th listen, nah. That is where the truth comes out. That's why time matters, people. Replay value means the song has something that keeps pulling people back. As you just learned, maybe it's the hook, maybe it's the rhythm, maybe it's the emotion, maybe it's the lyrics, maybe it's the bounce, maybe it's the way the artist rides the beat. But there's something in that record that makes people say, run that again. And Fire Nation, that phrase right there, run that again, that is one of the earliest signs of a hit. It's fact. DJ says that's why you can't fake streams. True. Now, why does replay value matter? Replay value matter because it separates a reaction record from a real record. Some songs get a strong first reaction because they shock people. But after the shock wears off, there's nothing left. Some songs get attention because of the artist's name. But once the excitement fades, people stop playing it. Some songs go viral because of a trend. But when the trend dies, the song dies with the trend. Replay value means the song survives beyond the reason people first clicked. Say it again, Miss Bluefire. I said, replay value means the song survives beyond the reason that people first clicked. It keeps drawing people back. That is huge. Because a real hit does not depend only on the rollout. A real hit creates its own demand. Don't forget that, Fire Nation. So now let's go back and check on our wellness, our friend DL, because we have to do a wellness check on him to see if he's sober up yet from the Street Vibes rum. Let's see. Yes, DL at the rum. At the rum, DL. Which am I going to cost me now? You see him start cuss me? You see? Even though we tried to help him cuss us.
I saw him did all. Had the rum do him that.
The rum do him that. Him never saw all. Him never saw all last week. The street vibes, last week him did the Street Vibes job looking for 6. Him can't escape Vybz Kartel. That's why I'm mad. Right? Poor thing. And him can't vlog for Gaza again. Unless him did have a plan though. Right? Him say him there come off of the internet, change him identity, change him ear, right? And come back with a different name and vlog for Gaza. Right? But I don't know if it's going to work out. Because him have that voice that everybody know. I don't know, DL. I'm sorry for you. I don't know. I just think you just need for just if you can't beat them, you just nobody join, but I don't know, DL. But just ease off of the rum. You hear? Ease off of the rum. Because we're worried about you. We're worried about you. Right? Now, catchy versus replayable. Mr. Gaza, here's interesting. Catchy versus replayable. There's a big difference. We need to deep dive, mermaid style. Fire Nation, catchy and replayable are not always the same thing. Some songs are catchy, but they're exhausting. Okay? The hook is strong at first, but after 5 plays, you're tired of hearing it. It's facts. Right? Replayable songs, for the most part, they age more slowly. Right? And they reveal layers over time. So a lot of times, even some of the songs that you hear now, think about it. The lyrics start to hit harder later, right? The melody grows on you more. And the production details emerge later, right? The emotional meaning start to deepen. So sometimes a song, the hit song actually, it starts to actually grow on you because you actually start to, the layers start to show itself to you. It depends on who you are and how you process that song, right? Replayable songs reward repeated listenings. Replay value proves people want to return to the song. That's the replay value. People want to return to the song. A song can be catchy, but people don't want to keep playing it because it's so annoying. Okay? I want to think of one. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to think of a catchy one that nobody wants to keep playing. But it's catchy. Think of one. I can't think of one right now. But there are many. There are a whole lot. Okay? Now, the environment test, it proves the song can survive in real life. We're almost done, Fire Nation. The environment test, and I want you guys to think about this. Every time they try to back you up on the platform, think about this. The environment test, it matters, right? When a song survives both repetition and real spaces, That is when we stop calling it hype and start calling it a hit. Real spaces like the club, the street dance, right? Your headphones, the car, right? The gym, right? The live performances. This is why replay value is dangerous, because when people keep returning to a song, they're not just consuming music, they're building attachment. First they like it, then they know it, then they quote it, then they sing it, then they attach memories to it. It's facts. This is the process. It happens, right? And once a song gets attached to people's memories, it becomes harder to erase. Everybody I know can tell me when they knew Night Nurse meant what it meant. Everybody I talk to can tell me when they got that, when they got that sudden realization, or somebody imparted to them what Night Nurse actually meant. Everybody who know music, that is. Them guys said to me, yeah, I remember listening to that when I was 6. And then it was when I was 10 that I hear somebody with it, and I was like, oh my God. Or my uncle did tell me that. Oh my God. You see what I'm saying? You attach memory to it, right? It become harder to erase. They remember exactly when they first, probably not when they first hear it, but when it was revealed to them certain things about that song. That is how a true hit starts moving towards impact. Right? Now, Fire Nation. Some songs sound good online, as we said before, but they die in real spaces. Right? Other songs sound regular on your phone, but they explode when speakers touch them. These are facts. Now, the speaker is a different environment. So, this is the thing. Not because a song is a hit means it's going to pass every environment test. Hear what I'm saying? Again, the different environments, the club, right? The street dance, your headphones, the car, the gym, the live shows. Not every hit song going to pass every environment, because some songs, it might sound regular in your phone, like you listen to it on your headphones, it sounds regular to you, but it explodes when the speaker touch them, especially with the beat or something. That's why we need what I call the environment test. Why? Because music is not only consumed in one place. Remember this. A real hit can travel through environments, right? It can move. It can move from headphones, but not all of them. It can move from headphones to cars, to clubs, to parties, to live performances, to everyday conversation. And every environment exposes a different truth about the song. I want you to think about it. There's some songs that you listen to driving. There's some songs, if you hear it at a party, nobody's going to react to it, but you listen to it while you're driving. It's facts. There's some songs you play it in the club and nobody not moving, right? You play it in the beginning of the party before people come, right? But if you hear it at a live performance, you jump up. It's facts. Different environment expose a different truth about the song. Once we know the song has replay value, and once we know it works in real spaces, though, the next question becomes even deeper, right? What is the next question? Who is actually playing it? This is important. Because if only the fan base is playing that song, that tells us one thing. But if casual listeners, if DJs, women, men, young people, older people, and even the haters like DL start playing it, that song has escaped the camp. Just like you just saw DL a while ago, walking drunk, singing God is the greatest. Right? He's one of the haters and he can't stop playing the song. You understand? It has escaped the camp. When a song escapes the camp, that is when it starts to become undeniable. Fire Nation, this is why you should not only trust online hype, because the internet can make a song look bigger than it actually is. But real spaces expose the truth. Does the song move bodies? Does it stop conversation? Do people sing it? Does it make people sing? Does it make the DJ pull it up? Does it make the artist stronger on stage? Does it travel from phone into real life? Right? A song that cannot survive outside the screen may just be hot online and not be a real world hit. These are facts. Again, A song does not have to pass every environment test to be a hit. This is important again. Some hits are not club songs. Some hits are not gym songs. Some hits are not headphone songs. Think about it. But the more environments a song can survive, the stronger the hit claim becomes. And I'm going to give you some examples now. Right? A song that works only on TikTok may be a viral hit. A song that works in the artist fan base, it may be a fan base hit. A song that works in the car, the club, the parties, the live shows, and the captions, that's a much bigger record. And sometimes some songs cross over that, right? So let me see. Okay. A gym hit. A gym hit for people who work out, you'll know that is a song that trigger confidence and some kind of aggression. That song creates motivation, dominance energy, swagger, and drive, right? Clarks is a good hit song. It's a confidence anthem. The Gaza Commandments, that's an aggressive authority energy song for me. Right? Right? Now, think about it. A club song. This is a song that can explode on big speakers. Right? This is where the songs with the bass matter, the rhythm matter, the pull-up happen, the crowd reaction intensifies physically. Right? Examples. Clarks again. Massive crowd recognition. Pardon me. Pardon me. Fever. Big club one too. Right? And also for me, a driving one. A car one. Right? Ramping Shop would be a club hit. You see what I'm saying? Now think about a party hit. This is a song that can survive a cookout and parties and dance spaces, right? People talking, people communicating, and the song still playing and giving a good energy, right? Right? Dancehall Hero is one of those. Okay, there's other ones, other artists. I can quote other artists, right? Car hit for me, Summertime is a big one.
Popcorn Family.
Pop Family, yes, right? Right? You see what I'm saying? Exactly. Right? Headphones, the songs that become stronger alone. You know what kind of songs? These are what you listen to in your headphones usually. I'm not talking about listen to your headphones at the gym like me. I'm talking about listen to your headphones. These songs, usually the lyrics hit deeper privately. The emotions become clearer. The storytelling shines in these songs. And there's layered meaning that reveals itself in these type of headphone hits. Right? Right? There's a lot of songs like that. Kartel have a lot of songs like that because of the fact that he's a good lyricist. Right? Is one of them. Life We Live is another one of them. Okay? Okay? Temperature is a party hit. Right? Bam Bam is still a party hit. Right? That's what is it? A party hit. It's built for social energy and shared vibes. What a bam bam. Them still play it. These songs survives the parties, the cookouts, the weddings, the dance spaces, the social gatherings. Right? The live performance hits. Why? These are songs that become bigger in front of a crowd. Some songs, the community, the communal energy from the crowd makes the song bigger in front of a crowd. I'm telling you. All right? Right? Guys, I'm going to say is one of them. Bite Back is one of them. Poor People and is another one of them. Right? Why? It trigger crowd participation. It work with call and response energy. That call and response energy. Okay? Right? Think about it. I want you to think about these things. You see what I'm saying? Gully Creeper, that's a gym hit for me. Very aggressive, very rhythmic. Right? Street energy. Bad man forward, bad man pull up. That is high energy for me when I'm lifting weights. Right? Love it. Motivational. The half all of them. That is motivational. That's an individual anthem for me. Right? So gym songs. So different, but would I want to play them when I'm having a nice Sunday drive to the park? Not necessarily. You understand? Car hits for me would be Summertime. I told you. Girl, me want to hold you. That is a nice car hit for me. Right? If you hear that in the club, it depends on what time of the club. It depends on the age group. Depends. Right? Party Shot is a nice car hit for me too. Right? I'm Still in Love with You. That's layered emotional replay value. That's a headphone hit for me, right? So I want you guys to start to listen to the songs that you love, but I want you to pay attention to where you love to listen to them. That's what I want you to do. And I want you to test it out for yourself. Like, I play games with myself all the time. Sometimes I think I live in a video game. I play games with yourself. Like, see if you love that same song the same way. Or like when you listen, you see when I hear, and this song is a good song, but when I hear on the speaker, brick by brick, brick by brick by brick, it hit different. It's a good speaker, right? Or you have to dance. See what I'm saying? Right? It's facts. You have anything to add, Mr. Gaza?
Say that again.
Do you have anything to add, Mr. Gaza?
No. I was waiting for you to actually take a break so I can let you know that I'm gonna have to jump soon.
Okay, no problem, my dear. No, thanks for being here. Thanks for being here. Jump whenever you need to. You'll always be here on the playback.
All right, thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
very much, and thanks for being here, and thanks for the conversation.
All right, yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Cool. Right? Good. So, think about it. Right? Think about what I'm saying. Good. The car test. The car test asks, does this song make sense while driving? A strong car song usually has a good bounce, good mood, replay value, quotable lines, emotional rhythm. The car test reveals whether the song fits real life. This matters because car listening is personal, but it's still physical. Why is it still physical? Because in the car, people are not performing for social media and they're not trying to impress anybody. They're listening and usually still moving and singing along with the song, okay, in some way, even if they're humming. Okay, that's still physical, that's still movement. The club test. The club test asks, does the room react when the DJ play it? Some songs might move you in your headphone, but when you go to the club and then play it, everybody stand up, right? Because the club does not lie. If the song comes on and the energy drops, that is a warning sign to every DJ. It's facts. But if people start moving, shouting, singing, recording, or demanding a pull-up, that means that song has physical power. Online, people can pretend. In the club, bodies tell the truth. A club hit does not just sound good. It commands movement. When you hear it, you want to move your body. The headphone test. The headphone test asks, can the song hold attention where there is no crowd? This is where lyrics, emotion, vocal tone, and production details matter. Right? And I am biased because I listen to a lot of songs in my headphones. See what I'm saying? That's why I loved a lot of Movada songs. Very emotional. That's why I love a lot of Kartel songs because very lyrical. Right? And you can listen to it. Right? The production details matter. I always say Summertime is one of my favorite songs because of the piano rip that him have in there. It kind of remind me of ragtime. It's a type of music. You guys should look it up and don't listen to Summertime with the words. Listen to the actual background. Listen to the piano playing in that. It sounds a lot like ragtime. That old type of piano playing, like Scott Joplin, etc. Look it up and you'll see. Some songs work in the club but feel empty alone. It's facts. If I hear everybody in the club getting lifted, I'll hear that in the club. Yeah, it feels good. I'm not gonna listen to that in my headphones. Everybody in the club getting tipsy. Them old song then. Right? Right? Other songs become stronger in the headphones because you catch the details. It's facts. Right? Because you catch the detail. The Kartel of a lot of songs like that. And see them a grab me. Me not frightened for putting right. A strong headphone record might reveal wordplay, pain, melody, storytelling, vocal texture, and production layers. Because you're enjoying the music privately. It's different than when you're enjoying the music with a crowd. I want you to test it yourself to see that I'm not chatting free. Test it yourself. The environment test. Play games with yourself, people. You like yourself more. This test shows whether the song has depth beyond energy. Okay? Garnet Reed said the party get drastic, get some street vibes rum from Todd Quick, Sonics. The gym test. The gym test asks, does the song give people energy, confidence, or drive? Some songs make people feel unstoppable. They do. This matters for songs built around power, right? They make people lift harder, walk stronger, run faster, move with confidence. When I hear who run the world, girls, on the treadmill, oh my gosh, I'll reach a second wind. I'll keep running tired and run through and feel like I get energy again. That kind of song may become a motivational hit, right? He will do anything for me. Who run the world, girls? In dancehall, this can connect to bravado, confidence, dominance, resilience, or street energy. A gym song does not need to be soft or pretty. It needs force. Live performance test. Yes, perfect gym song is Eye of the Tiger. I have that too. Eye of the Tiger. Why you bring that song up, man? Garnet, you're gonna have me singing it now. The live test asks, can the song create a moment in front of a crowd? Right? If the artist can't stop singing and the crowd carries the song, that is powerful evidence. All right? The call and response. Remember I spoke to you about that? That's actually from our African roots, that call and response. Right? Because at that point, the song is no longer only the artist's possession, it belongs to the people too. That's major. Some songs stream well, but they don't perform well live. It's facts. And you see it sometimes. You see an artist out there with a song that streams so good. And you're like, him flop himself on stage. How is that? And you see the artist giving everything and everybody stand up. And everybody say, oh, it's because I'm in Antigua. Oh, it's because I'm in or wherever. I don't want to give no hints, right? No. It's because maybe that song will not perform well in that environment. It's just a fact. Right? A live hit usually has a strong hook, crowd participation, call and response potential, memorable opening, anyway, big drop, and chantable lines. I told you about those chants. The party test. The party test is real, you know. The party test asks, does this song fit social energy? Big difference, right? A party song now has to survive real human interaction because guess what? People are talking, people are laughing, people are drinking, people dancing, people watching each other, people catching a vibe. If the song cuts through that environment and it lifts the room, it has social power. Some songs are just too slow for parties. It's facts. Some songs are just too blasted complicated for a party. It's facts. So you have to listen to it in your headphones to really get the juice out of it. Some are just too online, right? Some are too niche. Okay? But a strong party hit makes people respond together, right? That togetherness matters. It's communal. We're social creatures, right? As much as some of us like to be by ourselves, we're still social creatures. I'm still being social right here, right now with you. I still enjoy it. I still enjoy talking to you, even through a screen, right? Hits are not only personal. Many hits are communal. The big point. Here's the big point. A song does not have to pass every environment test to be a hit. But the more environments a song can survive, the stronger the hit claim becomes. I'm going to say that again. The more environments a song can survive, the stronger the hit claim becomes. Okay? If it can work at a party, and it can work at the gym, and it can work at a club, you got a real super hit there. Okay? It's facts. Okay? Another major test is the DJ test. That's why Macarena was so successful. You know why? Macarena worked at weddings. Macarena worked at a club. Macarena worked for people at the gym. They don't want me. Macarena. You understand what I'm saying? And people played it in their car. It worked. It passed the car test too. You see what I'm saying? It's facts. Another major test is the DJ test, and the Macarena passed that too. Is the DJ playing the song because the artist is popular or because the room actually reacts? Everybody reacted to, and when them hear Macarena, them stand up and them start put out them right hand, left hand, then turn the left hand, then turn the right hand, then all type of effery. Okay? That is different. A DJ can test a song one time, because of hype. Because that's his job. He's going to test a song because of hype. But a DJ keeps playing a song because the crowd responds. You know why? Because that makes his work easier. Then people say, you're a great DJ. Yeah, he's a great DJ. Why? Because he's playing great songs in a great order. See what I'm saying? Duh. The dance floor does not lie, people. If the energy drops every time the song plays, if you play the song and the energy drop in the dance, the song might just be hot online, but it's weak in real life. But if the room lifts, if people turn their head, if people start singing, if the DJ gets pull-ups, now we're talking about real world proof. Let's dive deeper into the difference between fan-based noise and public demand. I want you guys to get this. This is very important. We're almost done. Almost done. I know I said it before 5 slides ago, but we're almost done. Fire Nation, let me give you one of the deepest tests of a hit song. Don't just ask, is the song getting played? Ask who is playing the song. What I always say to you, I always tell you, always consider the source. Fire Nation, consider the source. Whatever you read, consider who wrote it, when it was written, what his mindset was, right? What their political views were, etc., etc. Whenever you hear something, consider who is saying it. See whether you trust the person or if you take it with a grain of salt, right? Consider their motives behind saying what they're saying. Consider who is saying it and why. Okay? It's facts. It's facts. That's what you have to do. Consider who is playing it. Because not all plays are equal. A fan base playing a song is expected. It's expected that the fan base is going to play their song. But when the song escapes the fan base, when casual listeners start playing it, when people who don't even follow the artist know the hook, that is when we're entering real hit territory, right? A lot of people didn't know Valiant, right? But when them hear Mad Out, that's when them learn who the hell is Valiant, right? Your voice is a hit, Miss Julia. Thank you, Kenny. Thanks, Kenny Marshall. I appreciate that. Right? Right? That is when we're in real hit territory, right? Because the biggest hits do not stay trapped inside the artist's core audience. The biggest hits travel. They travel. Fan base support versus public demand. A fan base can create early numbers. This is something that I want you to realize. That's why I said, consider online, but take it with a grain of salt. Consider everything else too. A fan base creates early numbers, but public demand says, we need this song. Here's a casual listener test. Does someone who is not a diehard fan still play this song? That is major, because casual listeners have no emotional obligation. They just like the song. When haters, though, like DL, start playing it, like when he was playing God is the Greatest while he was just stumbling, right? One of the funniest signs of a real hit is when even the haters, like DL, cannot avoid it. They may not like the artist, but somehow they still know and repeat the words. Fan-based support, again, is not the same as public demand. Fire Nation, listen, let's talk facts and truth here. Every major artist has a core fan base, major artists. And a strong fan base can create early numbers. We will stream immediately, comment immediately, defend immediately, share immediately. But we have to be honest as music lovers and scholars. That does not automatically mean the song has crossed over into public demand. Sometimes the fan base is louder than the song itself. That means people are supporting the artist, but the wider public has not adopted the record as yet. And that distinction definitely matters. Because again, fan base support says we love this artist, but public demand says we need this song in our spaces. That is a huge difference. Right? The casual listener test is one of the strongest hit indicators. Ask, I just said that. Yes. I don't know why I repeated it. Right? Now, let's revisit when haters like DL from My Dream Podcast start playing it. Let's go even deeper. One of the funniest signs, again, right? You guys still there, right? Can you hear me? Blessed night, Capital Mindset Journey. Blessed night. Good to see you. Good to see you, Swing So. Good to see you. Who's that? Swing So. Okay. You guys can hear me, right? Please tell me that you can hear me. Give me a fire flame in the chat to let me know that you can hear me, because we're almost done. We only have like 4 more slides, I think. Give me a fire flame in the chat if you can hear me. Hello? I'm not going to continue until I get confirmation that you can hear me. Hello, can you hear me? Okay, great. Thank you, Capital Mindset. Thank you for being awake in class. I'm going to start handing out demerits, Capital Mindset, you're going to become a prefect soon. Right. So let's revisit when haters like DL from My Dream Podcast starts to play it. Let's go even deeper. They may not like the artist. They may not want to give the artist credit. They may argue online, right? But somehow he knows the words. That tells you something. Because when a song crosses into enemy territory, that means the record has escaped control, right? Every morning, DL from My Dream Podcast, he hides in his bathroom and he plays God is the Greatest. Every morning. That makes him hate Kartel even more, because he hates that he secretly loves the song. That's his problem. That's why he went to the bar. At this point, the song is bigger than fan loyalty, and it's bigger than artist politics. Okay? It is bigger than DL's personal bias, because he can't help it. A true hit can force itself into the ears of people who did not even want to receive it, just like our poor, misguided brother DL from My Dream Podcast. This is where we need categories and to make the distinction when we are reasoning online. Gentlemen arguing on platforms, I'm looking at you. There's a difference between a fan base hit, a public hit, and a cultural hit. A fan base hit means the artist's core supporters love it. A public hit means casual listeners adopt it. A cultural hit means the song becomes part of behavior, language, memory, or identity. Fire Nation, these are not the same level. A fan base hit can give you strong early numbers, like I said before. A public hit will give you wider reach. A cultural hit will give you lasting impact. So Fire Nation and Gaza Nation, when people say, this song is a hit, this song is a hit, nah, 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 ask them, really? What kind of hit? Inside of your fan base, across the public, or inside the culture itself? Please be clear, DL. Big up Gaza Mac. We're almost finished now. Gaza Mac, you're going to have to listen to the replay because we're soon done. Right? Let's use Vybz Kartel example as a framework. Of course, I have to sprinkle my artists inside of my lives, people. Yes, Fire Nation is for all camps. But I have to give you examples. With Vybz Kartel, this distinction is very important because of the strong fan base. Some Kartel songs are fan base moments, but most of Kartel's biggest records are different. They escaped Gaza. They get played by people who are not hardcore Gaza fans. They get quoted by people who do not study his catalog. They get pulled up by selectors who are reading the crowd, not the fan base. I'm going to say that again. They get pulled up by selectors who are reading the crowd, not the fan base. They get discussed by people who may not even agree with Kartel as a person. That is when, how, and why Kartel moves from artist loyalty to public demand to cultural dominance. That is why the strongest Kartel records are not just his fans defending them. There are songs the wider culture has to acknowledge. Even a professional hater like DL from the My Dream podcast. These are facts. Impact. This is the highest level because impact is deeper than numbers. It's deeper than the charts. It's deeper than temporary excitement. I told you what it was. Go back to the beginning of the live. Impact means something changed because this song existed. Right? I explained already. I don't want to explain again. People dressed differently, spoke differently, thought differently, created differently. Other artists changed their style because of it. Producers changed their sound because of it. An entire era shifted because of it. That is impact. Impact versus reach. And I did this before. Why bigger is not always deeper. Why for that? That's fine. Right? Reach ask, how many people saw you? Remember, I told you can buy reach. Marketing. Reach ask, how many people saw you? Impact itself, though, ask, how deeply did you change them? Impact does not necessarily, reach does not necessarily mean impact. Okay? And impact doesn't necessarily only mean, doesn't equate to reach necessarily. It's width versus depth. I want you to think about it this way. Reach is width, how far something can spread. Breadth, you can pay for that. Your label can get behind you and give you money towards that. Impact is depth. Reach spreads outwards, impact sinks inwards. This is why the Sean Paul and Vybz Kartel debate, though flawed, never seems to die. I tried to kill it so many times, Fire Nation. But it's just like the bad mind in ops, like DL. You think you eradicate it, then boom, there it is again. Again, Sean Paul arguably achieved bigger global reach so far. But Kartel has deeper impact on dancehall identity itself. One artist expanded the global audience. The other artist reshaped the internal DNA of the genre itself. Those are different forms of power. Okay? It's in another live too. Time survival. What happens when the era ends? Fire Nation. Time is the greatest filter in music history. I want you to listen to what I'm saying. Time is the greatest filter in music history. It will tell you if a song was just hot or if it was really a hit. It will tell you if that hit actually became an impact song and lived to become a classic. That is what time does. Okay? Time. It's not hype, not fan excitement, not social media, not charts. Time. Why? Because time exposes what was temporary. Hear what I said. Time exposes what was temporary and what was truly powerful. It's facts. Time does us to everything. Moment music versus timeless music. Some songs belong to a moment. Others survive moments. Moment music capture temporary emotion, but timeless songs attach themselves to the human nature. As we previously discussed, the pain, the love, the confidence, the struggle, the victory, the identity, the freedom. Those emotions never expire. We always have them till we all dead and gray, almost done. Right? The generation test. Can a younger generation connect to the song without living through the era? Example, Night Nurse. You know that song? I've been singing it all night. When a song can survive its own generation, it becomes bigger than nostalgia. The skip test. If a song comes on years later, do people instantly skip it? Or do they still stop and listen to it? That's a skip test. Think about it with some of the older songs. Right? This is my lesson for you. Technology changes, that's fine, but impact does not change. Why? Because impact, as we were talking about, it has to do with psychology and emotions and us coming back for it too. Same thing with replay value, right? The technology change, vinyl, cassette, CD, MP3, YouTube, streaming, TikTok. Entire systems died, Jukebox died. But some songs survived every format. Why? Because impactful music transcends technology. These are facts. Guys, that's okay. It's all right if you forward late. At least you're better late than never. Listen, most of the people listen on the playback anyway. So don't worry about it. Thank you so much for being here. Thanks for being here. Yeah, man. No, man. Don't worry about it. And now, Fire Nation, we make it to the false illusion of recency. People online, like DL, he often confuses current popularity with long-term importance. Okay? Just because something is dominating today, it does not mean it will survive tomorrow. All right? Yes, the algorithm promotes, but time decides. That's my quote. Attention is also easy to manufacture, especially in this digital age. We talked about that before. But replay value, emotional attachment, cultural memory, generational survival, those things are much harder to fake. A hot song may survive the week. A hit song may survive the year. But impactful music survives the death of an era itself. Right? Remember, not all hits are impactful. Okay? Remember that. Temporary songs entertain people. Timeless songs become part of people. Okay? Meanwhile, some songs disappear almost immediately. I know you can think of them. Why? Because they're attached to trends, memes, novelty, a clash, internet moments, the algorithmic pushes what they pay for. But once the environment changes, that song loses purpose. It had visibility, but it had zero emotional roots. Remember, we are people. Okay? Remember, we are people. We have emotions. We use our emotions way more than we like to admit. That's why we return to those songs, because we want to recreate that emotion. Okay? The big fire. Fire Nation, never forget this. A viral song can capture attention for a moment, but replayable music captures people repeatedly. And timeless music, that captures generation. 3 different types. Okay? Good. See you soon. I'm Miss Bluefire. I'm always taking you higher. If you want to call in, you can. I doubt you want to call in now after such a long lesson. 9:44. I can't believe. Well, you know what? I started at 7:15. I said I was going to go no longer than 2 hours. So I went half hour over. So let me give myself some grace, because I was having a little conversation with Mr. Gaza. So basically I'm off probably, instead of half hour, I'll say 22 minutes. Well, that's okay. but I still enjoyed myself. I hope you did too. Thanks for being here, people. Remember to look out for DL. He's not well. He's actually delusional, right? But bless him anyway and bless his heart. Big up everybody. Big up Gaza Nation. Big up Fire Nation. Big up Vendetta. Big up the Crux. Big up Unruly. Big up all of you who passed through today. Bless upon yourself and take care of yourself and each other. I'm out. But listen, play the games with yourself, eh? Test the songs. Why not? Have some fun with yourself. Okay? That's how you should play with yourself. Blessings, TG. Blessings later.
Fire Nation, listen to me. You don't log off and go back to playing small. You take what you learned and you execute. This is why Fire Nation exists. To rise higher, to build smarter, and to change the financial future of our families. I'm Miss Julia, A.K.A. Miss Blue Fire, always taking you higher. And wherever you go next, you carry our fire with you. Fire Nation, we rise, we build, and we're just getting started.